Unfortunately, they just were not able to weather the storm. They did come from a very difficult location though, but here on Miramar, there's a lot more space to be working with, and the playing path, you can't see it yet, but I'll tell you right now, it's relatively kind.
It's slap bang down the middle, right, all the way from south middle. There's no real landmarks, or no settlements certainly over there. I guess the east end of Los Chicos Islands, all the way up to La Cabrera, just a little bit further east of it. Slap bang down the middle of the Miramar map, as we will split it in two. The plane into the sky once more. It's Miramar, Game 5.
You know, today, Lightning has achieved 17 eliminations, and also from last game going from 1,800 to 2,800 damage total. Almost 2,900, so that was almost a 1,100 damage game, last one for Lightning himself. So Regan's, you know, I don't want to say they're relying on him, because I do think the rest of the team was doing some really, really good stuff. But you can see Lightning's now only 3 elims behind Action with 27. So Stalwart, I think this is a game where, you know, they would love to really get moving, because this is a game where Regan's could technically make the catch-up.
Double pump the clutch, shift that gear, get on up in their racing form. That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
No more slow and steady, as James said. It's the sprint.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the point where, you know, you're past halfway. Really, you can start to see that finish line off in the distance. You know, it's coming into view. You're looking behind you, trying to see if anyone's tailgating you, or if anyone's on the side. And you've got to make that fast sprint. But at this point in time, it's the question of which teams still have that breath to keep going. Who still has that absolute gumption to make it to the end?
That's right. I mean, if anyone knows about getting into gear, it's going to be Carlaris, isn't it? You know?
Oh, yeah.
I heard, you know, he was the 200cc Bradford go-kart champion.
He was, actually. You know, that was I come from the same area as him, and that is a famed notion. You know, they actually have it up in the local go-karting arena. He's right at the top. There's a little sticker with his name on it, and no one has yet to beat his record.
And whenever he goes back home to Bradford, back to his hometown, he can't move for being stopped. Everyone's like, 1998.
Yeah.
Champion.
People are absolutely going wild about them. As the same with Falcons, Stalwart, as well as Regan's today. All these teams absolutely going hog wild. They are making it happen, and I think that this is what needs to happen for them. I would say for Stalwart Esports, it is a case where their consistency has been really their highlight points, and, you know, for other teams like Regan's, who have really come in today looking extremely strong, you know, the big question for them is, can they continue that into tomorrow, or even for the last 2 matches of today? Because if we know anything about Stalwart, is that they are just steady pumping those points into the mainstream. So we'll see what they can get done. On our screen, though, we do have the PMWI Watch Together. You need to complete some daily missions to earn those points in the first place. But once you have enough of those points accumulated, tap on the rewards icon to claim the corresponding reward.
You can participate in the event solo or team up with other players. Both are totally fine, but a team up could get the reward a little bit easier.
That's absolutely right. And for the live stream going on, you know, we do have an offline event here, so we've got everyone here at the event. But if you're at home watching us, if we reach 100 million live watching, then everyone can get items in the 2022 PMWI Lucky Crate, and that is a maximum of 1 award per user, and I'm sure we can make that happen.
Yeah, so make sure you visit the in-game 2022 PMWI Watch Together area. And the event every day will be on from the 11th. Of course, it's now 2 days into the event. We're on our 2nd day. You can check out all the information there in-game.
We can still make it. Box in Picado. Box currently in Picado at the moment.
I'm going to make it.
He's going to make it. 2JB currently just trying to loot around the outskirts of Picado with Vivo keyed up towards Power Grid. Just looking down, Stalwart just underneath Hacienda del Patron. You know, they do like to hit up Power Grid from time to time, but San Martin also a viable position for that team. But this is relatively central for them. They also have a lot of this ridge line to play around with, get a lot of information early. We've seen them send players up onto the top of mountains, in fact, to scout down downwards, and they've had a lot of success with that. There are teams like a Virtual Gaming Squad currently down in Puerto Paraíso, just playing, splashing on the beach side, as well as 52 Esports coming up from Prison. These two teams are a little bit out of the way, but I'm sure they'll be able to make their way in.
TJB, Shao takes a little bit of damage, Box jousting out towards them. But the tilt will have to be reset back towards one another. They aren't going to find the knocks just yet. And of course, it's early doors, so still picking up with those weapons, still picking up those meds to make sure they're at full force. Although that was a level 3 helmet, I think a med kit as well being popped. That's a lot of loot.
Yeah, I think the med kit's being popped here just because, you know, they don't, I think with players like TJB being so close quarters with them right now, there's no reason not to pop the med kit. They're getting prepared for the ensuing fight. TJB are right on their borders and they don't have to move. So I think Box do absolutely need to prepare for other teams coming this way down towards Picardo already. Vivo Keyed are to the north of them, coming into those like foothills just above Picardo. So Box very much boxed in at the moment, with Regan's also moving down towards their southeastern side. So, you know, Picardo could be a real playground at the moment, and one where you scuff your shins and cry.
Is that what happens when you scuff your shins?
Yes, every time.
Weeping.
It's very painful.
Do you know what?
I thought you were going to call me weak instead of weeping.
That's what you said. You cried.
Yeah, I thought the your weeping was not going to be weeping.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was going to be weak. Yeah,
you have weak shins, son.
yeah. The direction we were going was quite scary for me. I was
It's
like,
okay.
This is. I don't want to be called weak live on air. That would be very sad.
You're not weak. You're strong for being in touch with your emotions about your shins.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Sometimes you fall, but the
You-
important thing, Bruce, is that you get back up.
What is that? I don't know what that's from.
Really?
Why'd you say Bruce? Who's Bruce?
Oh my God, it's okay. Anyway,
Bruce
everyone
Forsyth.
everyone at home that did
Has he
understand
fallen
that
over?
reference, I respect you all, and I hope that you have a good time wearing those capes. But we do have some superheroes of our own in these lobbies, with Regan's Gaming, Lightning, absolutely taking things out of control at the moment, doing fantastic stuff. Xiao still just on that western side, but now Tongjibao will have to start dealing with the likes of Vivo Keyed as well as back-to-back. Box have been able to, you know, just keep quiet, keep it calm inside that compound, and now Regan's starting to move away towards more Los Leones.
Back to back. They're staying alive for the moment. They haven't had the best of tournaments so far, and we are beyond halfway, as we've touched on now. In 18th place, not where you want to be finishing. The point difference, though, towards the bottom of the tables, surmountable. 3 points up towards Aton Esports. Another extra 1 point above that is Team Seoul. So there are places that they can ladder up. It's, as well, a race for top 12 to try and get invited to that after party, because there's a lot of money on the line there.
Top 6, yeah. Top 6 going through. We already have 6.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We have 6 teams already directly qualified into that after party, but 6 teams will be chosen here. So currently our 6 teams, if we ended the tournament right now, Lynn, get away. This is ambitious shots from Kadrian. But if we ended the tournament right now, it would be Nick McGalaxy, Wildcats, Vampire Esports, Regan's, Team Falcons, as well as Star Wars Esports making it their way through to the after party. But on top of that, there really is a lot of money on the line in the PMWI, other than just getting through to the after party to maybe potentially earn some of that $1 million prize pool on that side. It's 2 million here in the PMWI, so a lot to play for here, John.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, though, the glory of being PMWI champion, I think, has to be on everyone's minds. Next circle just about to pop. We've had the first one centering around Power Grid and Picardo. We'll see where the next one falls as well. You can see the scoreboard on that left-hand side of your screens right now. 125 for Stalwart Esports, but there's that group of 3 teams just below them. Falcons, Regan's Gaming, and Vampire Esports, all very, very close at the moment. The momentum is there for Regan's, and Team Falcons have been pulling that out consistency. I'm worried for Vampire Esports in terms of upkeep.
Yeah, this is some real chasers, but I will say that you're 100% right. Vampire Esports, they have been starting to slow here just a little bit. Bended knee, just tying the shoelaces once again and getting back up again and keep on running. That's what Vampire Esports need to do. And I think there was a really great question from Max at the beginning of the day on Des for Sir Tanny, which I thought that he answered very adeptly, to be honest with you, talking about, are they going to change anything on Sanhok? And Vampire Esports, they just really didn't, and were locked in combat with the guys from TJB. Both teams suffered because of it, but it was Tongjibao that actually made it to the circle and got themselves a few points. Vampire Esports, on the other hand, they really stagnated there on that map.
I mean, that is true, but because of the way that the healing works in Sanhok, it was actually Vampire who lasted longer than TJB in the Sanhok, although the TJB got a lot more elimination points for their movements.
Yeah, 100%. So I do think that potentially there could be some changes made for Vampire Esports coming into tomorrow and try and get a bit of that fire back from day one, in which case their match one was just an unheard of opening here in an inter-regional tournament. So really, really well done to them. But I want to see some of the same, because Stone from the team absolutely killing it in terms of statistics at the moment, but not quite there yet. Back-to-back, taking some warning shots at the moment. Circle heads up towards the northern side, John.
Up to the north. Not too many teams left out in the cold blue. We've got Virtual Gaming Squad on the south side, near Chumasera, just out to the east of it at the moment. No one really nearby. You've got Atten Esports out to the west and down one Kia in Monte Nuevo. And then 52 coming up that western road. But at the moment, Enigma Galaxy clashing with back-to-back Freak. Still alive somehow. J7 goes down out in no man's land there between the two teams. The ridgeline can be suppressed, and there's a timer on J7 getting back up. Pomodi wants the challenge, but neither player really landing too much there. Freak repositions to back up the teammate.
Mini 14 off in the distance. Hamodi knows he needs to be careful lest his head gets taken off there. But with the level 3 vest and helmet, he's fairly healthy right now. Freak, though, coming through with the squeaky clean peaks there on his side. Freaky peaks, in fact. Lord trying to send over a nade towards the players from back-to-back. J7, like you said, on bended knee. But it is a little bit of no man land to cross here. Back-to-back certainly have the advantage in terms of that.
J-Way able to get some vengeance onto Freak. Gets the flush as well. Picking that up handedly. Lord wants to try and answer their throwables going on over those projectiles, trying to burn J-Way out of position, allow him to get into those crosshairs from the teammate. Back-to-back holding their own in this fight, just that little bit. 3 versus 3 right now. And it's evens Stevens on the engagement.
Enigma Galaxy. A quick stock of where this team is, just the north side of Power Grid. Both teams very firmly in the circle. Ralph, very far behind the rest of the team, looking over towards Damwon Kia, actually, who are just the north of Ralph himself. They're looking to make their way in. Next circle shifts are extremely central with a road bisecting this one. Stalwart currently in San Martin. They're going to be chilling here, but it's TJB who've rocked up on Box, who have had to move from Picardo.
Break is taken down as TJB try and swell past their defenses. Around the headland, Tingsker able to stay alive, pops a bandage at 2. Bensu trying to hold that door frame, but the teammates are falling, and Box are down to 2 to hold. TJB with only 2 on this forefront, but backup is arriving on the sidelines. They are looking for that off angle. Can it be dismounted? There's a crucial knock from the Molotov from Bensu. Finds Tingsker, but that's the side swipe that they were looking for. Hang on a minute. No, it's coming from Virtual Gaming Squad. The spray down is good, and TJB have been handed a lifeline to get Tingsker back to his feet.
Virtual Gaming Squad have just been hovering around on this ridge side of Picardo. They didn't quite go down all the way into Picardo, just stuck around on these foothills, and it worked out very well. GK first, though. Beautiful grenade over the top, takes down Trisme and Box Gaming. They are done. TJB, though, now setting their sights over towards Virtual Gaming Squad, who are rocking up to finish the job that Box started.
Shao Hai is behind a hay bale there. On the broadside of that warehouse. It's such a dangerous position to be in against a team that has that ridgeline. You can see what a shooting gallery it is. It's so hard to move. You need those smokes. And undercover of the SLR, a player from Virtual Gaming Squad has managed to move up. That's one shot on the breach now. as the smokes start to bloom. That's what they need to put down to be able to have a little bit of mobility, maybe even evacuate out the back. But Virtual Gaming Squad have players there as well. It's difficult.
TJB crunched here, no vehicles, but Virtual Gaming Squad still holds some buggies, so their rotations have been very, very speedy. You see Gaddafi already coming up to the side of the wall. Nade goes through. It's Xiao taking a fair bunch of damage, just has to hit another first aid kit, and they're already going into the blue here. iShot pulls the trigger.
And they will have backup as well, a 1-2 swing. Very, very nice stuff, but the spray down from Tingsker is good for one. Looking for more, Gaddafi around the corner, and he finds another. Tingsker stays alive for TJB, potentially looking for that res as well. They're going to have to be quick about it. As Xiao crawls for cover, 2 players from Virtual Gaming Squad taken down. Tingsker holds his own. TJB going to be proud of that.
Alphalugi just sends off into the distance. Tingsker takes down both of the players. Really, really good contest there. And now GK1st picks himself up a vehicle. I don't think Alphalugi spotted him just yet. He's swinging all the way round to the top side to the other player from Virtual Gaming Squad. He's getting shot by GK1st here. Will he take down Alphalugi? He can't quite get out of the way, but he might be able to take down the buggy.
And not only that, he gives time to his teammates. He allows Xiao to get some healing on, but there's another off angle as well. Tingsker spotted on the hillside, and Virtual Gaming Squad are giving as good as they get.
That's Tingsker going down to the blue as well. Bled out just too many times. GK1st trying to do some solo shenanigans. In the meantime, it's Regan's Gaming. Absolutely doing some very, very good work over towards Vampire Esports. Some of the players have made it ahead, though, and one player from Regan's is down on the ground. It is Flower, who will be picking up right now.
Trying to stay alive. Vampire Esports, 2 players now left. Schweppes and Ravenclaw. Pretty much any duo from this squad can absolutely frag out their mines. And they are still, I believe, one of, if not the highest elimination count team, 64 elims so far before this game. Higher than everyone else right now for Vampire Esports. They have absolutely been fragging out their minds. A lot of that as well, you kind of have to remember, is that game 1 that we saw yesterday. It was 24 elims coming through from that game. That's about 1/3 of their total kill count.
Still doing really well. Kill switch though, runs up to the building. The Vivo Key's taken down, will be taken out here. The rest of Vivo Key trying to move up, but it's Polo that sees the run-in, jumps out the vehicle, sends out the windshield.
There's only 1 player left for Vivo Keyed. Is Polo going to be able to hold out 1 versus 4? Vivo Keyed for Brazil trying to take down this thorn in their side in Polo, the Lone Ranger from back to back. And Adrian's got him all the way on the swivel, giving them a whole do-si-do. And hopefully a dosey-dose of his own medicine as well. Adrian with the spray, it's good. Through the doorway, will be able to land it onto Polo. Unfortunately, they lose Diego, but they'll keep 3 up.
Yeah, this is really good. Be able to get both of those players back up off the floor. Virtual Gaming Squad will be still running with somewhat of a squad here.
This is a replay of the spray down from Tingsker that we saw earlier. TJB keeping things going, but they're down to 2 with one of them knocked, and that's an outside play zone knock as well. I think it's just GK1st now. Going to be left in the fight for TJB after their trials that they face.
Stalwart took quite the while to move out from San Martin, but you know, moving up to this side, there's really not a lot of good areas to hold. It's very, very much covered in ditches, little ridge lines that you can play in, but not a lot of hard cover here. So it's kind of hide and seek for a lot of these teams at the moment.
Vampire Esports, both of these players, both of these remaining players for Vampire Esports on the same bike here. I wonder what they're going for. They're going to be rotating right next to GK1st, who's the Lone Ranger there. Spray downs across the way. GK1st hops out, and they have to duck for cover. An immediate right shift. Nice control there coming through from Ravenclaw to try and keep them alive down the hillside. They need to move fast. A crash is going to be a death sentence. This is a death run, and he's making it work. Up over the top. They might even have to come into contact with Downward Gaming, but no. Oh, they lose momentum, and Schweppes takes a tumble. Ravenclaw laid bare on the hillside. You're not going to get away with that. Atten take him down.
Serious action movie things right there from Ravenclaw, though, with player Schweppes on the back with the Uzi in hand. That was just incredible to watch. The fact that he caught the wheels twice coming off some awkward angles I mean, I don't often compliment PUBG Mobile players on their ability to control the motorbike, but I have to compliment Ravenclaw there. Looking at the circle, though, heading hard down towards the southwest. This is a chance now for Damwon Kia to put up some big points. Now it's time to control the circle. They did that extremely well in their region, in their PMPL 2022 Spring Finals. Question is, can they do it here in the PMWI? They've got an insane position from Sung up top side, but it's Enigma.CEST who are cowering underneath, or at least using these guys as just a little bit of protection.
Sprays from Damwon Kia over towards Vivo Keed. We were looking a little bit at those that group of 3 teams at the start of this game, Blank. Team Falcons, Regan.s Gaming, and Vampire Esports. Vampire Esports and Regan.s Gaming have now gone down in this game, so they're not really going to be moving too far. The benchmark is going to be Team Falcons' performance to try and break away from that peloton behind Stalwart Esports and try and make that catch. Team Seoul, shots over towards 4 rivals, working out.
Good stuff. Goblin actually gets the explode on the vehicle there. Will take down one of the players. Morph coming head-to-head with Stalwart at the moment. We do get a replay, though, from Team Falcon taking down the final member of Regan's. Just want to check out what's happening here. Stalwart versus Morph. Nice nade. 2 players down, though, John. Just top and action. The 2 big fraggers from the team.
And Team Seoul here for the third party. They spot the back of Stalwart and they will not waste any time there. Morph pick Rocky back up and he'll be in for round 2. Scry out in the circle. Not going to be resable here. Frenzy looking for some oversight into the buggy. Both of these players make the mad dash. Top takes a tickle. Not the tumble just yet though.
Oh my goodness.
Races across the open land. We've seen this happen before and we've seen how it goes. Top really in danger now. Does go down but Action sails away and might live to fight another day.
Action so far, currently with the highest survival time coming through from Stalwart. But this is, I think, the difference between Stalwart and Regan's. Regan's, yeah, they've been given some good circles so far, and they've been able to hold in the circles, had some really good fragging power, but it's Team Seoul moving up towards USG, who had to get laywayed on the road.
DBS in hand, they're trying to hold off, but it will be dismounted on a 1-for-1 trade. USG Donuts looking to hold off with the M249 around the side, but that's dispatched as well. It's another 1-for-1 trade, but there's an off angle. They find a little bit more. Goblin and Omega now, the 2 players for Team Seoul, and they are going to have to try and stay alive.
Morph.
And Morph is in. Rocky strikes from the top rope, looking to try and spoil their day, and more damage pours in towards the Donuts USG squad, and they cannot weather the storm. Donuts USG eliminated.
But now Morph want to get a couple more elimination points here, potentially take on the team for Seoul down the way. Morph looking for just a little bit more here. They know they need more elimination points. They've only got pretty much 1 more day to go after the next match, the final match of the day. Rocky, though, just tries to keep his teammates up in action. 52 Esports, though, it is Wildcats harassing them.
Pushing through, Daku. Holding an angle at the back, low HP, maybe looking to pop a heal or 2, no. Instead, UMP in hand, tries to stay alive, pushes in, wants to go a little bit aggressive, give him the swivel, and looks pretty good there. Actually, hang on a minute, that was... Who was that? Was that Damwon Kia coming in for the third party as well? Daku somehow stays alive. A little bit of meds, and Defoe goes down. Damwon Kia come through and take down the Wildcats as they try and push onto Daku.
Damwon just has such good sightlines here. Forest, as well as Sung, off in the distance. These 2 guys, 2 peas in a pod, honestly. They work very well together in their region. And now they're trying to control the sightlines. They'll remain on top of this mountain for as long as possible. Will Sung and Omba. Junior and Forest, though, looking to clear out their angles. Oh, my. Oh, dear.
When it works, it works. Don't question the method if the results work out. Adrian trying to hold on around the foothills of this mountain. Team Seoul with that mad crash pick up a whole host of elimination points. They're up to 8 now, Blank.
8 eliminations in this game with 3 players still in it. Stalwart really being the only player in their sightlines as they move along the underside of this ridge. You can see Goblin tries to take shots over towards him. He's in the smoke. It's only a matter of time here.
Action under fire in the smoke. Somehow does stay alive, but the nade is not going to be so kind. Dropping that damage in. That's a bombardment and a half, but Action still has that sliver. He's running away, looking for the challenge, but that's not going to go well. Akshat does find the mark. Morph puts a nade down and sees to try and slow Soul out, but they are going to push on up. 3 players alive, 3 players for Morph. It's found onto Zay, but not going to get that knock just yet. Putting him in that shack though, and maybe he's going to have to stay there.
Damwon start to spike out, but it's Vivo, Keed, Adrian taking down Junie here. So now they're down to just 3 players. A little bit unreasable for Junie at the moment. If I remember correctly, he was one of the players up towards the off angles. Oh. Now Omba down, just Forest. Goodness me, Damwon, it looked on set for a winner chicken dinner here, but their chances have been dashed. Can they get these players back up in action? Sung, massive oversight still.
Yeah, needs to hold that position. Sung is now their only lifeline, unless they can get big reses. Soul mount the offensive. They know Damwon has been shredded, and they will go 1-for-1. The trade in the back line as well. Here come Damwon. This is Sung. He's spoiling everything for basically everyone. Akshat needs to get this res. They're right on the edge of the blue. Morph put a nade in the right place, and it's game over. It's curtains for Soul, and Zay might just be able to do it. That is Team Soul down.
Morph still in this one. It was pricey, but Sung has bought time for the rest of the team. It's going to be difficult for him to get down from this position, but now it all lays on the back of these players that are currently not in the greatest positions. Morph still has a shack to play around with, but it's Vivo Key, surprisingly. They get into the circle. Damwon Kia, they need to stretch back over towards Sung at the moment. But he really does need to stay alive now. He's done his best, but his job is just to live on top of this mountain.
There is no way for Vivo Key to retreat from this fight with Morph. It's coming, and they cannot stop it. Damwon Kia are going to allow it, well, should allow it to happen. And see what they can pick up in terms of the pieces. Sung, once that team Morph is taken down, can just start bobbling nades into Vivo Key's lap.
Damwon rock up in the party bus here. It's defensive, and they're sending right in the charger.
They don't want to wait, it seems. They are absolutely game for it. But over the top, here comes Morph. Those sightlines being suppressed. Adrian looks for the challenge and wins it out against Junie. Gets the knock, wants the flush, but won't quite be able to find it. There's a ridgeline there for the time being, but the blue zone is encroaching. Where are Morph in this fight? Adrian has been allowed so much free reign to just shoot and take down Damwon Kia around the side as well. The MK14 rages damage in, but it's not going to be enough. There's the nade over the back, and the challenge from the DBS is good. This is the Korean specialty, the shotgun at close range.
That's right, it is the DBS Korean, and they're coming in clutch with that one. You're loving to see the meta from that region sneak into the inter-regional dynamic. Now it's Morph, Frenzy.
Without Sung as well, he got taken down in the meantime. It's 2 versus 2. It's an even fight here. Damwon Gaming have just come off the back of an engagement, so they might be a little bit lacking, but the health bars aren't super great for Morph either. The off angles are great, though.
Still, DBS in hand, going in with it. Drops around the corner. It's perfect. There's the knock. Can they find one more?
Oh, they're looking for it, and it's Damwon Kia to take it down. Excellent play there with the DBS. An elation from Forest. Beautiful stuff.